plaintiff, Marla Willingham, says the defendant is her aunt. And even though she was a crack addict, they've always had a great relationship until the death of her grandmother. Marla is suing because she claims the defendant sold her grandmother's property and failed to split the proceeds. Defendant Rosalind Smoot says after her mother died, Marla showed her true colors. Rosalind claims Marla is money hungry and greedy, and that's the only reason they're in court today.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, Rosalind Smoot, this is my aunt. She's my aunt. She's always been a great aunt. Despite her being an ex-crackhead, she's always been a perfect person to me in my world. She's always did for me and my children. She's a veteran in the Army, which I praise. I love her for it, posted, and everything. We've always had a good relationship up until the death of my grandmother.
When did your grandmother die?
February 16th, 2021, which is her mother. I was there, took care of my grandma.
And what time did you take care of her?
Hospice, while she was home on hospice.
In the month of January?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What was
February. My mom helped as well.
Okay.
My aunt helped financially, tremendously.
Good.
So my grandmother goes, she passed, she transitioned on February the 16th.
How old was she?
She was 80. Everything was fine up until then. I had to, it kind of started once we had when she came home on hospice, the hospice people wanted us to go and start the process of, her burial and all that. So I went and I did that. I did pre-funeral arrangements with the funeral home. My aunt got upset. She asked me, who told you to do that? I said, well, let me ask you this. Because mind you, my grandmother's home on hospice in the bed. I said, well, let me ask you this. If she was to transition today, what would we do? Being COVID and everything, coroners, Yeah. She goes, well, I hadn't thought that far. I said, well, I had. So I took care of that. Then when she did.
They tell people, get your affairs in order. Mm-hmm. And that's part of what they mean.
So when she did transition, went to the funeral home, I did all of that by myself. My aunt wrote a cashier's check. She paid for it. But emotionally, I was there to do everything. Obituary, slideshows. I did everything on my own. I am her oldest grandchild.
Would you have rather paid the money? Let me hear from you.
Yeah, I know, right?
You like that, didn't you?
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Let me hear from you.
Well,
give me some background.
I'm real mad. I'm really mad to be here right now, being sued by my niece. I can't believe that she would do this, and she turned things around, because we was fine until the insurance policy came. And then it just showed, she showed her true colors then, Your Honor. It was all about the money. It was just greed and greed and greed. That's all it was about. And as far as the funeral, when
how could it be
my
all
mother
about the
wasn't
money,
dead.
Rose?
My mother wasn't
I'm the one
dead
told you was on the
yet.
policy.
My mother wasn't dead yet. And someone told me she was going to the funeral with an insurance policy that I had not seen, because of how they got, how she got in possession of that insurance
policy. Your phone now. You taping me or something?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was just a habit.
Oh, you must know sometime they have to edit out some of my crazy talk. So you want to get some unedited stuff on there and sell it.
No, I'm good. But anyway, she didn't do the right thing with the insurance money. And
well, first of all, typically the insurance money is used to pay for the funeral, sir.
No, there was no insurance policy for the funeral. I paid for the funeral in cash before my mother passed. And as far as her being by herself, I work hard every day, 7 days a week.
I went to work, and then I came back to my grandmother's house.
FaceTime me and That's how we made the arrangements at the funeral home. FaceTime.
They were shopping.
And as far as her taking care of my mama, I paid her. Anytime
Girl,
she missed work,
$60.
I said, how much you missed? How much you made for that day?
One day.
And I gave it to her.
That's all I
So she just blowing smoke, Your Honor.
No, she is admitting that you supported financially. She didn't take that from you. She's just suggesting that's all. And what I'm suggesting is perhaps that's between you and your mother, whether you gave your mother the type of time and affection that she needed in her last days. What she should worry about is whether your mother was comfortable in her last days, or whether you did something to cause any discomfort. All this other stuff is irrelevant because you contributed your financial resources, you contributed your personal, your physical resources. No one can say what's best or one way or the other.
Someone told me she was going to the funeral with an insurance policy that I had not seen because of how they got, how she got in possession of that insurance
Have your
policy.
phone up. You taping me or something?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was just a habit.
Oh, you must know sometimes they have to edit out some of my crazy talk. So you want to get some unedited stuff on there and sell it.
Plaintiff Marla Willingham is suing her aunt, who claims Marla is only suing because she's money hungry and greedy.
Now, if your mother said to you, I don't want your money, I want you to be right here to help this and to help that. Don't you take care of me. Or she said, when I transition, I don't want you just paying for the funeral. I want you to be right there. She didn't say all that, right? This is you all, after she expired, want to determine where the money goes. And you say that the three of you all, meaning your mother,
yes,
and Rosalind, were all three of you all were on the insurance policy.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much was that for?
$125,000.
Really?
Yes.
So
And,
each party, it was split up in thirds. We each had $41,000.
No.
Okay, and you got that, right?
Yes.
No, that's not how it went, Your Honor.
That's exactly how it went.
It's on page 1.
So you're saying you didn't get your share? Is that what you're saying?
No, I got my share. She
what are you
just
saying
got
it's not how
her
it
share and somebody else's
So don't
share.
worry about what she got. You worry about whether you got what your
Your Honor,
share
insurance
was.
companies does not make mistakes. They send each person their check who my grandmother signed.
My mother wrote how
people.
she wanted the
Three
money
people.
distributed.
She didn't
On
put
the
me
insurance policy.
Yes,
on
she
the insurance
wrote
policy
a letter.
Hold on.
She wrote a letter.
No, you have to put it on the policy.
Exactly, and it
you
was-
don't
it was
write
in
no
three
letter.
people.
That's not how that goes. When you buy insurance, you say, these are the beneficiaries. You don't write a letter later on. So I just thought I might just let y'all know now that I'm thinking about it.
And the three beneficiaries
How that
were me,
goes,
my
man.
mom, and
You
my
show
aunt.
me some evidence where she wrote the insurance company something different than she put on the policy.
Okay, Your Honor, it's on page 1. Mm-hmm. Page 1 is the letter.
What are you talking about? This is just a list of things to pay for. The children, $20, $20,
$20,000.
$10. This has
$10,000.
zero to do with the insurance company. What are you talking about?
It has each person's
That's my
name.
point, Your Honor. They don't understand that
each
an
person's
insurance
name,
policy.
how my mom want the money divided.
Damn, that's not what happens. This is not addressed to the insurance company.
But she
Show
made it
me
to
something
us.
that your mother addressed to the insurance company.
Okay, fine.
And what are you suing her for exactly?
I'm
'Cause she's
suing
confused.
for an estate sale. So
Tell me what happened.
So my grandmother left a final wishes book, which I gave to my aunt once my grandmother transitioned. I gave to my aunt.
Final wishes as in a will?
It was a booklet. It's not a legal will. It's a booklet. They asked questions and she
All right.
filled it out. It's in her handwriting.
That's irrelevant to estate probate law.
Okay,
Go
she
ahead.
didn't have a will, Your Honor. What she left was the final wishes book. I gave it to my aunt. It says, in the event of my death, her home was to be sold and split into thirds. Same way the insurance policy. Then she said, once she transitioned, that we are to get what we want. Her family, meaning me, my children, my aunt, her children, my mom, get what we want at the house and then have an estate sale.
My mom did not
All
say
this
that,
is in
Your
written.
Honor. She
All this
never
is in
said
writing.
nothing about
She
get what
said
you
we're
want,
to have an
ever.
estate sale, Your Honor, and that the proceeds are to be split.
How much
in thirds.
how much were the proceeds?
$1,000.
$7,000, Your Honor. If you can look at pages.
That's all I got.
No, I said, how much were the proceeds, ma'am? I didn't ask you how much you got. How much money came from the sale?
$1,000, sir.
So the total amount was $1,000, and you kept it all.
Yes.
Why didn't you share it?
Oh, I split with my sister.
You just said you kept
I'm
it all.
sorry. I split with my sister.
I can't believe anything you say.
Oh,
Anything.
sir, I split with
I
my sister.
understand, ma'am. You're very confused,
I'm
and
not
you're telling me
confused.
things contradicting yourself. Okay. I understand.
Your Honor,
now, what do you have to say, ma'am? How much
on page 38 and 37, my mom wrote a statement. She didn't receive anything. Okay.
How much was the estate sale?
The estate sale, $7,000 is what I don't.
What do you have to show that?
I have on pages 3 through 18 are pictures of the home before.
Pictures of the home.
The home with everything that was in the home, what was sold.
And you're
then,
showing me this to say that this should add up to 7,000?
7,000, yes. And then on pages 19 through 36 is when I went in day before yesterday and everything is gone.
Why don't you list the items there? Don't show me no pictures.
Oh,
Did
well,
you
we
list
have a
the
list,
items?
yes, on page
You're suing
1.
for 'em.
I'm sorry, on evidence, page 1.
There you go. 2 patio sets for $400. How do you know she sold them for $400? It was sold for $400.
Because she saw me pay for them,
How do you know they were sold for $400?
and it was
She
800
paid for them, Your Honor.
800
Paid for 'em
cash.
for who?
She put money on the table. She put money on the table and said these are the things that she was buying.
Okay, from the estate.
Yes.
All right.
800. It wasn't
800.
4. It was
5
800.
televisions.
The lamp and the televisions and the couch was sold to the prospective buyers. We have a printer. Her pots and pans were really worth a lot of money. Her stainless
They were
steel.
stolen.
Did your mother have any problem with the monies?
Yes, she wrote a.
Why didn't she come and sue?
She couldn't come.
Because she's the crackhead, not me.
Your mother uses crack. She hadn't tried recovery or anything?
She has. She just hasn't. She wasn't successful as my aunt.
No, don't be saying
They fight
as my
different
aunt,
things.
not me. Ask her what she smoked, Your Honor.
You smoke weed?
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with smoking weed?
Well, don't be trying to
It ain't crack.
put me
That's a big
down. I
difference
don't
between
smoke crack.
I give you the test.
Please do. Yeah, do that.
No. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a whole 8 ball. I ain't gonna give you just no gram. I'm gonna give you a whole 8 ball. That'll really get you going. She didn't flinch. She ain't doing it no more. She off. I gave her 8 balls and she didn't flinch.
It was split up in thirds. We each got $41,000.
No.
And
Okay, and you got that, right?
yes.
No, that's not how it went, Your Honor.
That's
How'd it go?
exactly how it went.
It's on page 1.
So you saying you didn't get your share?
Plaintiff Marla Willingham is suing her aunt, who claims Marla is only suing because she's money hungry and greedy.
Let me tell you what problem you have here, ma'am. And that is that, according to law, if a person dies without a will, first, it'll go to the spouse, 100%, unless it's designated differently. Some states say 50% to the spouse, 50% to the children. If there's no spouse, then it goes to the children. Then, if there's no children, it goes to the deceased siblings. If it's no siblings, then it reaches down to you. So you aren't entitled at all to anything other than what the insurance policy said. I know you didn't know because she wrote the note that's not legally binding. What's the emotional distress? Maybe I can help you there.
The emotional distress, Your Honor, ever since when my grandmother first came home, I had to argue, I had to fight with my mom, my aunt, my siblings. Literally.
When did we fight? When did we argue? When?
Your Honor, she called my phone. I had to do the whole funeral by myself. They did not write
true.
that.
You couldn't even
I
make
would
a
have rather paid.
decision
Yes, if
without
I had
me.
the money, I would have rather paid, because to sit there at that table by myself and I had to call
But it was
people.
during COVID, right? So they
Yeah, it
probably
was
didn't
during-
want
They
to be more
wanted the
than
family.
one person.
They wanted the family.
But
This
I
is
had
the
to keep
funeral. They
working,
did not
so I'm
just want me
working
there.
with
You there for the
FaceTime
estate
and
sale.
her.
You there for everything else. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't be there to help with the proceeds?
Yeah, you're there for the estate sale. That's a good point.
Your Honor, they were shopping.
I
I
worked
called
that
her on the
day,
FaceTime.
too.
I said, so where you guys at? Oh, we're shopping. We're shopping for Mama's funeral. I said, well, when is it? Because I'm the one sitting here doing it. I'm the one going to make the date.
I don't know. That's
So I
a lie,
asked
Your
her,
Honor.
when
I
is
don't
it?
know what she talking
But
about.
what did
now.
she do directly to you to cause you emotional distress?
Nothing.
Failing to help, unfortunately, is very common among families. You're going to have some to do more than others. You're going to have some to do zero. So
She
they're
didn't
just
do-
gonna
and-
show up
and
at the
she
fa-
didn't
they
do
just gonna
anything,
show
Your
up at
Honor.
the funeral drunk.
Your Honor,
I was there
Your Honor,
24/7.
let me tell you about
with
her
my-
emotional
Your-
distress.
Yes.
I got a picture where she was twerking at the repast, and that's the same day as the
Of
funeral.
course.
If she's having so much
What
emotional
page is that
distress.
in your evidence?
It's page 6. You'll see her doing the whole booty shake.
How you know this?
What's
the
wrong
funeral?
with that? That's
That's
what
the
my nana
repast.
would want me to do.
This is
That's
the
what my
repast.
nana would want me to do after I took care of the business.
But that's
after
emotional
I took care
distress.
of
They
the
want you to
business.
twerk?
She ain't took care
That's
of
right. She
nothing.
always
That
say,
was
dance
mine
for me,
money.
baby.
All of it.
My nana always say, dance for me. And you know it, Auntie Rose.
I ain't never heard that. That's a lie, too.
I could twerk.
I'm going to conclude that you weren't suffering from any emotional distress, and there's nothing that you can receive from a court when someone doesn't help you, unless they have a legal obligation. They had no legal obligation, only a moral obligation, if that. And she felt she met her moral obligation by contributing financially. What did your mom do?
Nothing.
My mom was there with me on the whole 2.5 weeks taking
Well,
care.
then what emotional distress are you talking about?
My
Your
mom
mother
was
was
there.
there.
Why
Your
didn't
mother
she
was
sue
with
her
you.
mother?
My mom was there, yes.
Well, then, why did somebody cause you emotional distress? Have a good day. Your claim is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Plaintiff Christine Lerain dated the defendant, and they bonded over their love of fashion. Christine claims she opened up a fashion boutique, but soon after, the defendant created a fake Facebook page using her store's name. So she's suing. Defendant Dennis Webb insists he was a silent business partner in Christine's store, so he had every right to start the Facebook page. And Christine approved of him doing so. He's countersuing for invasion of privacy.
Let's start with you, ma'am.
So my name is Christine Nicole Lerain. I met Dennis in early 2018. We connected over fashion. Our friendship quickly blossomed into a relationship. April the 1st of 2019, I opened up a store, Oshi Nicole Clothing Store, spelled OSHINECOLE. So on April the 4th of 2019, Dennis created a fake Oshi Nicole Facebook page. He spelled his fake Oshi Nicole page with an I, an Nicole.
And you had the name preserved first, and he began to use it without your permission. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
While dating you?
Yes, yes.
And you all
So-
discussed it, and he said he would stop.
Yes, but he never did.
And you were still
He's
dating.
using it to this day. He spelled his fake Oshi Nicole page with an I, an Nicole.
And you had the name preserved first, and he began to use it without your permission. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes.
While dating you?
Yes, yes.
And you all
So-
discussed it, and he said he would stop.
Plaintiff Christine Lerain is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Christine has rage and anger issues.
When did you all break up, if you did?
Basically, once I found out in July of 2019 that he used the fake Oshi Nicole page, our relationship really wasn't no good after that. I just decided to focus on building my brand, and that's what I focused on. So I was cordial with Dennis all the way up until July the 7th of 2021, when Dennis decided to use this same fake Oshi Nicole page to post my personal and private information.
We'll get to
We'll
get to the specifics. We'll get to the specifics. Sir, you want to give me some background on this?
Yes. My name is Dennis Webb. I did meet Christine Lerain in 2018. We connected.
You're a good lady?
Oh, yeah, she was a good lady, but she had her, fair share of getting upset and, going into her rage and anger. So we did decide to open up a clothing store, but the name, as far as Oshi Nicole was concerned, we was both in agreement with the name. The name was Oshi.
That's
Nicole,
not true, Your Honor. That's not true.
Okay, ma'am, let him
The name was Oshi Nicole, which was her name. I opened up Oshi Nicole. And the reason why we did this is because I opened up the Oshi Nicole so that way, once we got into the business and the business got going, we would open up a second location.
She approved of that?
Yes,
No.
she approved of it 100%.
Okay.
No,
I did
that's
all
not true.
I didn't finish.
I started doing videos of the store. I started doing pictures and all that kind of stuff. I sent everything that I had, all footage, all pictures, everything went directly to her.
Let me ask you, when you all opened up this business, you're saying you opened it up together?
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
there we have the
100%
problem
together.
there. You say yes, she says no.
Wow.
How do I
100%.
find out the truth in that?
I have the business license. I have the fictitious business name. I have the proof that I did the advertisement of the
Did
storefront.
you bring anything with you? Did you bring any of that with you today? Evidence?
Yes, I
What
have
page?
an exhibit. Let me find it. Let me
See
tell
the
you
lease,
which page number you can look
45,
at.
business leases, page 41. Sir, do you have any evidence that you were part owner?
What happened was, yes, I was a 50%. I put that on Facebook too, but I was a 50% partner in the business. What happened was I found the property as far as the business location. Christine was doing the paperwork as far as the business was concerned, and so that's how we ended up opening the store basically in 2019.
So bottom line, you have 0 with your name on it, where she has 8 pages, 8 items.
Right, because I was a silent business partner, and I admit my name is not on anything except for the witness statement, which wasn't my name, which wasn't my signature on that witness statement.
Well,
Christine did say.
I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you because she has 8 pages that indicate it's all hers, and you have 0.
It was all. The business was hers.
You just said you were 50%, and now you says it was all hers.
Well, we were for 50% in the business. The thing was for Christine to go on and
Well, it's
establish
not
her
all
business, open up
hers,
a second
sir.
location.
You're confused. I see the problem.
I
see the problem.
I paid the bill. I paid the rent.
I know.
Even though she has a receipt.
that was nice of you. Yeah.
No, I paid the
I
rent.
got you,
even
sir.
though she has-
Yeah.
Even though she has the
I
receipts
know.
for
I
the
got you.
business.
Yep.
And as far as the Facebook page, if you
So
look at-
you have the evidence of the invasion
Honor.
of privacy and defamation. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to say that, Your Honor, Dennis, when I decided to close the Oshi Nicole storefront in April of 2020, Dennis sent me an email April the 23rd of 2020, and it's on page 2
Always
and 3,
mess
Your
it
Honor.
up. We're
I would like
already
to read
past
the
that
email
point.
that he sent.
What does the email say? What page?
Page 2 and 3. This is basically about him saying that he would not use Oshi Nicole name or no name close to Oshi Nicole will be used through social media or any other platform. However, to this day, Dennis is still using that fake Oshi Nicole page, Your Honor. And you can look at pages 23, 24, and 25, Your Honor. it shows that Dennis just recently changed the Oshie Nicole name in August of 2021.
How can I tell? How can I tell when he did it?
It shows D Webb. Those photos are of Oshie Nicole merchandise that was sold out of the store.
Okay.
He's still using that account today, Your Honor.
Plaintiff Christine Lerain is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Christine has rage and anger issues.
What do you say, sir?
And Your Honor, if you look at page 12 on my evidence, you will see that it's the Oshie Nicole Facebook page with my name on it from December 2019. If you look on page 11, you'll see that Christine established Oshie Nicole with the E in December 2019. I actually established mine earlier than she did.
Ma'am, is
So
that true?
as far as that
Hold on,
part-
is that
Yes,
true,
but
ma'am?
he had no right to use it. I wasn't aware of that fake Oshie Nicole Facebook.
No, ma'am, calm down. I said, he says, and he shows me evidence that he says he registered it before you.
Yes, he did.
So then how are you suing him saying it's your name if he's the one that registered it first?
Because that's my information that's on there. That's my merchandise from Oshie Nicole's store on that fake Oshie Nicole page. I did not give Dennis permission.
What name did you register, sir? Sir, what name did you, sir, what name did you register it in?
I registered Oshie Nicole with an Nicole, which is my Facebook page.
If you go to page 14, Your Honor, it shows there that that's the Oshie Nicole page in which Dennis was speaking bad about my business.
Ma'am, you're jumping around.
Yeah.
We were talking about the pictures.
Page 12, Your Honor, it shows that these were the images that Dennis had on the fake Oshie Nicole page.
I don't see where it says Nicole at.
On page 12, on the picture with the 49ers incense bottles, it says Oshie Nicole in December of 2019.
Ma'am, and you said he registered it before you. It's his name. Oshie Nicole is his.
He has no right to post my merchandise on his cover photo or profile page.
If he wants someone to buy it, he's helping you. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't he be? Advertising your product. Doesn't that make people want it? Isn't he giving you exposure?
No, he's misrepresenting my brand. He's following half-naked women on this fake Oshie Nicole page.
He says he registered it first. You said he registered it first. If he did that, it's his name. I don't care what you talked about later. He owns that name. It's his name.
How is it his name when he used my merchandise and my images close to the spelling of my business name? How is that fair?
You used it close to the spelling of his business name because he registered it first. Anything came close after that is violating his rights. What is your invasion of privacy? What did she do to you, sir?
What happened was Christine posted my ID, my photo ID on Facebook, which was exposing me to identity theft.
Did you suffer from any identity theft?
No, I did not, sir.
Nothing has happened to none of y'all. Get out of my courtroom with this.
Mathis,
Dismiss.
I appreciate your time.
Have a good day.
Even
Thank
though
you.
we don't-
He registered it first. Keep talking. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Mathis.
Since you said it's yours, good luck with you, and I wish you well, but you would never be like the real Oshie Nicole, and I guarantee you that.
I don't have the Oshie Nicole page anymore. She has Oshie Nicole name, and I wish you the
deleting
best. I
Facebook.
hope
It don't matter.
Can I finish? I hope you build Oshie Nicole with the N-I, Oshie Nicole with the N-E to the top of the line to its fullest ability. And I wish you the best, and I always have love for you. Have a good one.
Negative.
Plaintiff Kimberly Clark has dated the defendant on and off for the last 4 years. But she claims he's displayed some questionable behavior, which has led her to having trust issues. Kimberly's suing her ex today for stolen money. Defendant Mike Mason says while he was dating Kimberly, she constantly accused him of cheating, even when he was hanging out with his male friends. Mike claims the false accusations pushed him to his breaking point, and that's why he called it quits for good.
I'm here from you.
Well, Mike and I, we've been together for off and on for the last 4.5 years. It's been pretty rough and rocky. He's done some questionable things that causes me to have trust issues, and I accuse him of cheating all the time. And
why? What makes you do that? Accuse him all the time.
Well, because he'll hang out with an ex-girlfriend of his all night long and doesn't.
How often does he hang out with his ex-girlfriend while you all were together?
He's done that quite a few times. He's done that quite.
He comes and tells you that?
I find out.
How?
Well, he will either tell me or, admitting it because he's,
No, you found out? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And if you ask him whether he was seeing her, what does he say?
And he tells me that they do nothing wrong. They're just hanging out, they're friends, but all night long, and he refuses to answer my phone calls. I don't think that's right.
Any other instances that
Oh, yes.
give you the impression he's cheating all the time?
Well, he'll turn off the security cameras at our house when I visit my daughter in Kansas City. He has admitted that he does things on purpose to make me think he's cheating on me. So it's very hard to not believe that he's not.
If he tells you that.
Mm-hmm. He's just saving electricity. Turn off
Right.
the camera.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to say, obviously, and that's why he's getting busted.
Plaintiff Kimberly Clark is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims he broke up with Kimberly because he was sick and tired of being falsely accused of cheating.
Sir, what do you say to this?
She's full of crap. Oh, I'm sorry. Every time I turn around, I'm getting accused of it, and I'm not doing nothing. So I don't know what else to say to that. I tell her that every time, It's so bad that if I talk to somebody, I'm doing something wrong,
You go out often with your ex-girlfriend?
No, I mean, I have, hung out with her a time or two, but it's not just her, it's anybody. I can't even hang out with a guy once in a while, without her accusing me of something, you know what I mean? So.
You say you won't even let him hang out with his ex-boyfriend, let alone his ex-girl.
Well, that's because I do a little detective work when he doesn't come home from hanging out with his friend and find that he called a motel, so that...
How do you know where the man has called? Well, that's your secrets. I don't want you to tell your secrets and keep doing what you do to your men. And tell me how it ended. Tell me, sir, how things ended before we get to the money.
It's just an argument every day, man. It just got old. It got old, I feel like I put up with enough of it for the last 4 years.
Did you ever catch him in the act? Well, no, evidence is enough, huh? Seeing what...
Well, I've not caught him in the act, but when he tells me that he does things on purpose to make me think he's cheating, why would a man go through all that trouble if he wasn't actually cheating? I mean, he knows the repercussions of it.
He wants to drive you to drinking. Do you drink?
I do not drink.
Well, he tried. All right. Tell me about the money you're suing him for.
Well, once again, I moved back in with Mr. Mason. He was renting to own a house from a friend of his. And to my understanding, he had done a lot of out-of-pocket repairs. And when it come time to close, he didn't have quite the money. So he asked me if he could borrow the money from me, and I lent it to him. And
when was he to repay it?
Well, he said within the 6 months he would have it, paid back to me.
What happened?
We split up. I went to Kansas City to visit my daughter, and he turns off the cameras, and that was enough for me. So I moved out. He refused to take my phone calls. I seen a mutual friend of ours, and they told me that he didn't close on the house. The house fell through. And so I called him again, hey, can I have my money, and he wouldn't answer my phone calls. So I seen him out and about with another car, and I was told that he bought a new car, and I seen him at the casino.
What was the money meant for?
to close. He had used his money to do the repairs around the
Right.
house, and it was come time to close, and he needed the closing money.
But he didn't use it on that.
No, he didn't. But I'd already been moved out, and I was told that he basically just took my money and.
Did you have a chance to talk to him about it?
Actually, when I went to, I was at the casino one night and seen him, and I walked up to him and said, "Hey, you got any of the money that you promised to pay me back?" And he's, I just put it in the machine. You're not getting it back. So.
Did you ask him about the car?
Yes, he said he bought a car with. He admitted that he bought.
He said with your money.
With the
that
money
was
that
intended for
Yes.
closing costs. Wow. Sir, is that true? You tell me what happened with the money.
It's partially true, but more or less, I feel like she's one of that when she went to her daughters and started all the trouble and drama, that I dealt with enough of it. You know what I mean? And the house closing thing, that didn't go through, right? She's right about that. That didn't go through, and my car got hit out in front of the house, and I needed another car, so I just bought it. And as far as owning it back, I feel like, man, I paid for everything pretty much over the last few years, you know what I mean?
And there was an agreement for her to pay you back?
No.
Okay, we're talking about agreements to repay.
Plaintiff Kimberly Clark is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims he broke up with Kimberly because he was sick and tired of being falsely accused of cheating.
And you think it's all right to say, let me borrow some money for one thing, which is a sacrifice, and she may have ignored you asking for money to buy a car. She may have said no, but you took it under a different pretense. It could be suggested false pretense, or certainly you converted the use to something other than what you asked her to use the money for. And now don't even want to pay her the money back that you deceived her out of, and went and bought something else, and are shrugging your shoulders now. And I'm known for calling people crackheads, and I don't mean to. I just call them like I see them. But I'm not doing that. I'm just going to ask instead of accusing people. Now, are you a dope fiend?
No.
Because you got dopish ways.
I mean, I have.
All right.
I'm an ex-dope fiend. I should
There you go.
You're on to something.
Heroin?
No.
Okay, what?
Meth.
Meth? All right.
Actually cocaine, but you know.
Okay, all right. How long you been clean?
Well, at least about 4 or 5 years.
Okay. Well, good. Well, at least he's been clean for 4 or 5 years. You just got, like I said, dopish ways. All right, I'm going to grant you your $5,000. He does owe it to you, and you're close to criminal conversion, which is stolen money. It's a form of stealing money. It was based on the intent, however, so we can't really say it was conversion intentionally, which would be criminal, versus, oh, I didn't know, I couldn't use it for something else. I thought maybe as long as I gave her the money back. Okay, that sounds innocent, but I'm going to get this money from her, and I'm gonna get me a car. That's intentional criminal conversion. So it doesn't sound like, I haven't heard that yet, that he intentionally got it from you to buy a car, but the effect is the same. He hasn't repaid you, so I'm gonna order him to pay. $5,000 is your judgment. Have a good day.
I wish things were a little bit better, but
Yeah, same here. I wish they were better, but we just can't get along.